Apologies if it's pretty late, but yeah, I need a bit of time because I just finished watching the episode. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you all to another TMNT Season 1 episode review. This week we talk about the episode Cockroach Terminator. So anyway, yeah, I will be providing a summary of the episode as well as what I liked. And there were plenty that I liked. I keep saying it in every episode, but let's be honest, Season 1 has been overall very good. And we only have a few more episodes to go. Let's get started. Donnie hopes to find any info on the Kraang, so he creates a Spyroach to do so. It scares Raph and he tries to smash it, but Don prevents it. He sends the Spyroach to spy on the Kraang in the TCRI building when a little bit of a screw-up sends it into a blob of mutagen. They do learn their next phase, to drill a hole into the Earth's core. The turtles head out to stop them, only to find the Spyroach who had somehow been mutated and is after Raph due to his fear of them. The Kraang threat still looms. Can they be able to stop the Kraang while having to deal with a mutated cockroach that is nigh impossible to take out? I did mean that. Their threat was like nigh impossible to deal with. Before we do that, let's get started with some of the main points I liked. First off, our first appearance of the Spyroach. It starts off innocent enough, uses like a sort of like a spy, like a mini spy cam that would be used to keep an check on the Kraang and whatnot. It was pretty simple enough, but once exposed to mutagen, he became a dangerous threat. And then, well, regarding that dangerous threat, it leads us to another point, Raphael. It's revealed that Raphael has a fear of bugs, and when even a bug is mentioned, he freaks out like a little baby, and his freakouts are some of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. Surprisingly enough, his fear of bugs was carried over from the 2003 series, where the 2003 version of Raphael had those fear of bugs. I like how it ties it up well enough, and his fear also played a role in the episode. Speaking of which, the Spyroach is also a nod to the T-800 from the Terminator series. And it shows, the writers really did a good job with this episode. The Spyroach especially became like a bigger threat because it just kept on going and going and going. Even when it got beat up, it just didn't know when to quit. Like the Terminator, it refuses to give up. It just comes back for more and more and more. That's what made it awesome, and I really enjoyed it. It felt like a thrill ride, like a suspenseful thrill ride, with Raph freaking out and trying to do whatever he could to get rid of the Cockroach Terminator, or the Spyroach if you want to put it that way. And it all led up to a big final battle that happened in the end. And I love that final battle so much. Raph having to conquer his fear and fight the Cockroach Terminator, or the Spyroach if you want to put it that way, in an intense final battle while trying to have to deal with the Kraang. Yes, the Kraang do make their appearance yet again, and it's another one of their plans to hopefully take over the planet, of course. Though it's a pretty minor one at best since they try to drill their way into the Earth's core. That ended up ending in the failure due to Raphael. I forgot to mention this, but this episode is also a Raphael-focused episode, centering on his fear of bugs and how the fear actually works in making the episode good. And it was. It was a very good episode. It was a really good episode that is humorous. Humorous, especially with Raphael, like in one scene after he was like cowering away after he thought he defeated the Spyroach. Raphael imitated the spirit of the cockroach, and then he got him really mad and he kicked him, and it was pretty funny. And there were like a lot of favorite moments there. The action in this is insane. There was a lot of action, especially on the side of the Spyroach and Raphael. The final battle scene more than made up for it considerably. And there were a lot of favorite moments, such as Raph's fear of roaches, the Spyroach itself, which didn't know when to quit, and its final form is just like ridiculous. It just kept on evolving, like how the Terminator units kept on evolving. Yeah, the T-800, the T-1000, TX, etc. It just kept on going and going and going, becoming more stronger, and being able to adapt to different situations. In this case, the Spyroach itself, when it had its final form, grew wings and spewed out bombs that were pretty deadly. And there was also Raph's determination to conquer his fear when he battled the Spyroach in the end, which is what I consider a really awesome action scene. I loved it big time. And Raph finally was able to beat it down, but we haven't seen the last of the Spyroach, trust me. He'll be back. Just you wait, he will be back. So what do I think of it? I really love the episode. It was an awesome episode from start to finish, and Season 1 is really hammering it home in terms of good episodes, each one being better than the next. Honestly, if I were to reach the season finale, I don't think a top 5 for this wouldn't cut it. All the episodes of Season 1 are just really good. They are all really good, really enjoyable to watch, and I recommend you give the episodes a shot. Fortunately for me, I still have a long way to go in watching the rest of the season. And once Season 1's done, then I can move on to Season 2. As for my rating, it's in the description below, so make sure you check it out. And that is going to be it for this TMNT episode review. You guys are getting 2 more episodes next week, 2 more episode reviews. But I should mention one other thing. You guys know that in a few days, I'm going to be reviewing the 4-part CW-verse crossover Crisis on Earth X. After much consideration, I decided to make 2 episode reviews. 2 very big reviews that is going to cover 2 parts of the crossover each. This isn't like last year where I had to do like 4 different videos, which really kind of made me burned out by then. But hopefully, at least with this, it could alleviate some of the work and alleviate some of the stress, because I want to make sure I get a lot of this stuff done, because December is Xenoblade, and Xenoblade is going to take even more time off of it. But what can you do? So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you guys next time for more. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Booyakasha!